Hello, hi, good morning or afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to day 3 of the AI Immersion study group. So, if you've been following us, we've covered from day 1 in this roadmap here, a very tiny one that you can zoom in on the Slack channel and in the canvas right up here in the tab. We've covered day 1, which is sort of the foundations, introduction to the study group, and we've gone through day 2, which is about cloud AI and AWS. And today we're on day 3, which we're going to cover Gemini and a bit of the multimodal capabilities. Yeah. Apologies if there's some background sound. I've got the 2 little ones on me for today, and you know how it is like towards the holiday season. Okay, so just to recap for everyone who's joining us maybe today, we've gone through day 1 here. So if you go through the canvas, there are like some tasks that you can do, and we have all the recordings available with links over here. So if they click that, they'll go right to the YouTube channel. So this is for day 2, and today we're gonna go to day 3. So for today, basically what we're gonna do is make an API key from the AI Studio to access Gemini, and then run some code to make API calls, and then also use the multimodal capabilities. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm just gonna quickly show you AI Studio right here. So if you go to AIstudio.google.com, this is what you get. It's sort of a basic chat interface that what you like to see with Claude and ChatGPT is pretty similar really. But I do like AI Studio because you get to play a lot around with different models. So if you go to right here on the right, you get to see different models that you can choose, and it does gives you sort of the characteristics, the parameters of each model, what's the latency like. For today we're mainly using this one. It's a new model by Google. It's called Gemini 2 Flash. So it's quite a fast model, and it's got good capabilities across different ranges of tasks, from vision to text, and that's why they call it multimodal, and also coding. So we're gonna test all that out. And the good thing is, if you see down at the rate limit section, it's actually free while it's in the experimental stage. So it's a perfect time to be playing around with it. Alright. But here, you know, if you're playing around with the AI Studio, you can sort of adjust how the model temperature is, and sort of the different tools that the model can access and so on. You can play around with this at your own time, and if you put in the on the chat, it's similar to how Claude and ChatGPT work like. So tell me about multimodal AI example. Okay, and that will run. So the nice thing about Flash is it has really low latency, and I've been playing around with it really quite a lot and really enjoying it really. So for today, what you need to do is to go up to the top left hand corner right up there, and you see the button called Get API Key. Alright, if you click this, and you go down to this one, this will give you your API key. So if you click this button here, you will come up with a box that says, okay, I'm generating your API key now. You may need to have a Google Cloud Console account, not too sure, but I believe you can just get logged in from here. So that will give you an API key right there. Okay, so what we need to do next is to go over to IDX and our GitHub repo to run the code. So keep your API key handy, don't reveal it to anyone. I'm not revealing mine either, and we'll carry on with this. So I'm gonna start up IDX. It is the first time I'm running IDX, so you get to see how it's set up and pretty much how you would see it. Okay, let's get on. Okay, so we go to import repo, and here we want the repo from the Slack channel. I can pull that up quickly. Here we are. So this one here, right? This one. So pop that into the repo here. So it's pretty much similar to what we've been doing in day 2 as well with AWS, and what Tibor has demonstrated as well. It's basically the same process where you want to make the API key and then plug it into your secrets and then use the SDK to run the API calls. It's going to be really simple and sort of the same format for all the other days. I guess the nice thing about IDX is it's using VS Code under hood, and it's got Gemini code assist integrated into it as well. So you get some sort of like Cursor AI like experience where you get code assist, code suggestions. You can ask it to explain what the code does, stuff like that. So it's really cool. Alternatively, you know, if you don't want to use IDEX, you can also run this code similarly on Colab, on your local as well. You know, anywhere where you feel really comfortable, really. Okay, I think we are nearly there. While we're waiting for this to load and stuff, you know, if you have any questions after this, please, you can use the Slack channel, chat among yourselves, help each other, troubleshoot, debug. I'll be on for a couple hours like after the meeting time, because we are in the GMT time, so we can help you out there. But yeah, okay, so we have the repo now. Today we'll be focusing on day 3. So if you go over to, you can zoom this a bit. To day 3, yeah. So what we're really interested is that I put a readme for you that basically goes through the same steps that I'm gonna go through for the code. So if you do get lost, you can refer to that. But this will be just a direct hands-on demo, and you know, just follow along, code along kind of thing. All right. So we're most interested in this notebook here, which is the Gemini Multimodal Workshop notebook for day 3. And we're also going to be using this .env file, which is where you're going to put your API key. Okay, so if I open it up, it looks like this. So Google API key equals to here. So please replace this part with your API key from AI Studio. All right, if not, the code won't run properly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the environment, make sure things can run. So this is the first time I'm using IDX. You need to set up the extensions, get Python installed and all that. So we're gonna run through that all together. Don't worry, it's not too bad. Please take a couple of minutes, but I'll show you on the fly. All right. So what we're gonna do is first install the attributed extension. Okay, I think that's done. Superb. And we have Python installed as well. Excellent. Okay. So let's see how we can activate our Python environment. We use the recommended one, and this should work now. So first thing you need to do is install all the packages that we need. For this workshop, I can show it to you here. We're going to use these 5. So the main library that you want to use is the Google-Generative AI module, and Python.env is to load in your secrets later, and these are to just show the pictures later on. All right. Yeah. So pretty simple. I'm gonna kick off with this. So that will get all your packages installed. Give it a couple minutes. Sorry, that's my little man. So as you can see here, it's installing all the packages. Takes a couple of seconds, so about 17 seconds for me. Brilliant. And then next we're gonna run the next cell, just to make sure that all they are installed properly. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so at this juncture, before we load in the .env file here at the next line, please get your AI Studio API key again and then put it in. Alright, so I'm gonna hide this for a while. Go back. There we go. So I minimize that and we just focus on the code now. So I saved my API key in the .env file now. So I'm gonna run this, and what this code block does is that we're getting the API key from the environment and then setting up the client with the API key. So yeah, we're gonna be connected now. So in the next code block, we specify the model that we want to use. So again, we said we're gonna use 2.0 Flash, and here we're gonna send it a simple prompt and see what it says. Okay, so here it says get the input, and I can say hi, please, hi, good morning, hope you are having a wonderful holiday season. Enter. So that's gonna send a message to me, and what does Gemini say? Thank you so much. So seems a pretty polite model. Here I got something fun as well. You can always change this prompt, but I'm gonna get Gemini to tell a joke. So this is a joke where we go like this. OpenAI, Gemini and Claude are in the plane. Let's see what it comes up with. Alright. So there we have it. It's pretty fast. It takes under 1 second, but you get to see the beginning shot, different instructions. Wow. I'll let you decide, whether you think that's a good one or not. Alright, so we don't need this part. Moving on to the multimodal section. So Gemini 2.0 is a multimodal enabled LLM, so it can not only understand text to text, but it can also understand audio, it can understand images, it can understand video, and there is the image generation and video generation part as well, but that's on a whitelist at the moment. It is for selected people, so the API is not really mature for that, but the other API for classification, identification of audio or text works really well. And there is the live API as well, which is really cool. I'm sure you've seen like demos of it online. If not, can link it on the Slack. And what that does is Gemini 2.0 can look at what you're looking at on your screen and directly tell you, explain to you code that's on your screen, and you can speak to it. It will speak back to you. That's like one of the really awesome demos that I saw. But we won't go so far today. We're gonna be really simple. So for the first one, what we're gonna do is basically get Gemini to look at the picture from Wikipedia Commons and tell us, what is this? Alright, give us some captions for this image. Okay, let's run it. My little man's really happy with that apparently. Okay, so it's done now. So here we have a picture of like a cat in snow background. Alright, so this is the captions, right?
There's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat. So it says, Snowy Strat, Winter Kitty, or Curious in the Cold.
Kitty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kitty.
Kitty, yeah. So clearly the people quite happy with the caption.
Kitty.
It's Kitty, isn't it?
Kitty. Kitty.
Alright. Brilliant. And then there's another section where we can use another multimodal capability for Gemini, which is to generate code and also run the actual code. We can enable this by using this tools function here and go code execution. So you actually generate the Python code and run it and show the output as well. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna ask it for the sum of the first 50 prime numbers, and it's gonna explain to you, this is my plan, this is the code that I've written, and it's gonna list out the code. So this is the actual results that runs from the code itself. Okay, I'm not sure if it's like proper code. I think someone can look through this and try it on yourself just to validate. We can try it right now actually. I'm quite curious. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if this will work. Okay. So is prime 10. Okay. No, it's not. I'm not sure whether this code actually works. So you really need to be careful when you're validating and looking at the code that it runs. But you know, I'll come back to it and have a better debug later on. Yeah, well, that's how it is with tech demos, isn't it? So yeah, that's it for today. Really simple. Basically what we did is go to AI Studio, have a look and play around with the console, understand the different models that are available on AI Studio and Google. We use Gemini 2.0, test out some multimodal capabilities, and we tested both image captioning and code generation. Yeah, so if you want to find out more, there's this website here, AI Google Dev. So this is where all the docs will be. So if you go down to here and docs or API reference, you get sort of all the example codes that you can use to extend and build different projects of your own. Yeah, okay, so great, really awesome, and thank you everyone for joining us on this 7-day AI immersion. Our next meeting will be tomorrow about 6 p.m. GMT time. That will be on OpenAI, so one of my colleagues will be taking up that. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, try to work through this on your own, look at the task on the canvas and try getting it locked in. If you have any questions, please post it on the slide. I gotta run. Alright, see you guys later.